What up? This is Rapids, and so it looks like Jonathan Majors, the movie actor from Creed 3 and Marvel, he was gonna be Kang the Conqueror. So basically, he's in this legal jam right now. He's losing a lot of movie roles and everything for this abuse, this domestic thing that's going on with him and his girl, where the police say he injured her. So look, tables have turned now. Now the police had officially arrested the girl. Look, I got this information from Newsweek. I'm going to leave a link in the comment section so you can check it out for yourself. This is like one of the only outlets I've seen really reporting on this so far. So I'm not really sure. I'd like to see it from more sources before I really can confirm this story, but it looks like they're a pretty credible source of information. So basically they're saying that the girl has been arrested for attacking Jonathan Majors now. So this could lead to two things, really. Is either they're going to keep them both charged, and, because sometimes they do that where, if it's a domestic situation, they might charge both and say that y'all attacked each other, or they're going to end up dropping one of their charges, which is going to be Jonathan Majors' charges. Because he's the one that's been coming forward with all this evidence. He has a lawyer that's been on it, trying to get these charges dropped for months now. He's came up with a lot of evidence. I mean, he has video evidence of the girl partying in the club when she was supposed to be injured. Her hand was supposed to have been injured, but she's using her hands in the club, grabbing drinks and, acting like she's perfectly normal in this club. Because, look, if you don't know what happened, basically, Jonathan Majors and this girl were on the way to the club, and they were in an Uber. They ended up arguing over the phone, over his phone. She started attacking him, apparently, well, allegedly, I should say. And so she wanted that phone and stuff, and she started attacking him, trying to struggle for the phone. Jonathan Majors got out the car, and it was reported that he got out the car and walked off. He just got away from that situation. The next day, he gets arrested for assaulting that girl. So then it comes out where the lawyers found out she was partying that whole night. And what happened was they said Jonathan Majors went to a hotel that night. He didn't go back home. When he checked out around 11 a.m., he went home and he found his door was locked when he got in. He got in his house, but when he got to his room was locked. So he called maintenance. The maintenance came up and got the door unlocked and let him in the room. That's when they found the girl. I think her name's Gabby. They found her laying on the ground, out of it, disorientated and stuff like that. Jonathan Majors thought to call the police. I guess he didn't want no problems, no issues. He didn't want no one blaming him or something, probably. That's probably why he called the police, try to just make sure, this doesn't turn into something else. The police get there, they start interviewing both of them, and it looks like the girl, they noticed the girl's hand was injured. They started asking her, like, what's wrong with your hand? She said she didn't know. And I don't know if it looks like they might have noticed a couple other things. She was disorientated, and they just were trying to press her, like, what happened? She kept saying she didn't know. Well, it looks like Jonathan Majors' lawyers got the body cam footage, and it turns out it looks like the police were kind of steering her, just try to implement Jonathan Majors in that situation, act like he had attacked her. So they went through the story. It sounded like the police determined that Jonathan Majors attacked her in the Uber before that club incident, before they went to the club, when they're fighting over the phone. So that's what they determined, was the woman was injured during that moment. And so what it looks like to me is basically it sounds like they were coaching her to say that it was him, and they locked him up. The lawyer found out that they were steering her to say that, and it doesn't sound like she was injured because the video footage from the club, she was perfectly fine. So if she did get injured, it might have been on her own. When she got home, she might have been stumbling around drunk, and she must have been acting a fool. She was frantic, and she was obviously attacking him because the Uber driver said he's willing to testify that she was attacking him in the Uber, not the other way around. And they're saying Jonathan Majors didn't lay a hand on her. So maybe she injured her finger while she was attacking Jonathan Major in the Uber, trying to get that phone from him. Maybe that's when she injured. Maybe she injured herself. You know, that sounds like the most probable time when she probably was injured. But it obviously wasn't that bad if they have video footage of her in the club acting normal. So the injuries were probably exaggerated. And, you know, who knows what happened when she got home. She ended up finding her way home and locked herself in a room and stumbling around and stuff. Maybe she got injured there. But either way, there's no real evidence Jonathan Majors did anything. There's no witnesses, no video footage or nothing of Jonathan Majors injuring her. So they're going to have a tough time charging Jonathan Majors. But what they do have witness testimony of is her injuring Jonathan Majors and scratching him and trying to get his phone and stuff. So the Uber driver saying that she was attacking him, and they actually have evidence for that. So they didn't realize that till the detectives got involved, because the police, you know, the New York police, they sound kind of crazy. They sound kind of like racist anyways. Like, you know, they had this whole stop and frisk thing in New York, and they were just shaking down black people and seeing what's in their pockets and stuff. And it seems like New York's become real anti-rap, and they just profiling and stuff out there. So, you know, it sounds like the police was trying to, and the more evidence came out that it sounded like the police didn't really think Jonathan Majors belonged in that building. It sounds like there's evidence coming out that they were questioning, like, how could he even be here? Like, how could he be in that upscale building, that apartment? They didn't think he had enough money to even be there. So they were trying to pin everything on him. They didn't understand he was an actor. It sounds like from the evidence I've looked over, the police didn't think he was an actor. They didn't know that. They thought he was just a regular black guy that was attacking a white woman, you know. And so they really didn't understand that, you know, he was a high profile actor, and, you know, they didn't know none of that. And now they're embarrassed because they just did all this, and they're arresting him, and he lost a lot of movie roles and a lot of money. And, you know, all this over, it looks like an incompetent police department that had an agenda. You know, it's like they just went with the stereotypical, way of thinking that the police want to say, oh, he did it, you know. And so really, if he gets out of this, the next court date's in August. I think it's early August or mid-August, I believe. And that's when I believe that he's going to get his charges dropped. Otherwise, like I said, if not, they're both going to just be charged. But it looks like all the evidence is pointing towards her being the aggressor. There's no evidence that I've seen so far that he did anything to her. So it doesn't look like they can prove he did anything to her. The Uber driver saying he didn't lay a hand on her. There's no video footage of anything. If his story matches up and he really was just coming home from the hotel, and they can confirm all that, maybe even find some more video footage of him not being even at the apartment until that morning. So confirm he was at the hotel. He came home at 11. If his story adds up to the T like that, they're going to have to drop the charges. You know, it sounds like they're going to have to drop the charges. I mean, especially with her being arrested now. It's like, what can they really do at this point but drop his charges? So we'll see in August. I'll give you an update. Make sure you're tuned in, like and comment and all that. If you want a free party light, I'll send one out if we get over 1,000 likes. All you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, that's about it. Let me know your thoughts about everything in the video. But hey, before I get out of here, look, I really should add this. I think he should probably sue. If he gets his charges dropped, I think he should probably sue. Because, it was costly for him. This cost him a lot of money, and it's like there needs to be an end to all this stuff where they cancel people and they could be innocent. So this is something that he probably should pursue, is to sue the New York Police Department for incompetence, and for arresting, a wrongful arrest and all that. They should have looked more into the case before they made a decision to arrest him and got all their facts. but they rush to judgment as they always do. Usually, they usually they usually try to go this direction with any type of domestic incident. And if they're wrong, if they're this wrong, you should probably sue them to make a statement. So, anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This has been Rap Hits. I'm out of here.